Most men panic the moment they feel ignored, their mind racing, their chest tightening, their worth suddenly feeling questioned, and in that moment they make the exact move that guarantees she will never chase them, because they talk more, explain more, apologize more, try harder, and unknowingly place her above them. But the man women eventually chase does something radically different, something so quiet it almost looks like indifference, yet so powerful it rewires how she feels at a subconscious level. Because instead of reacting emotionally, he withdraws his attention with calm precision, not to punish her, not to play childish games, but to protect his self-respect. And this single move flips the entire dynamic, because attention is emotional currency, and when a man removes it without anger, without begging, without resentment, it creates a psychological vacuum that pulls her back in. Since women don't chase words, they chase feelings, and the feeling that drives them crazy is uncertainty mixed with lost validation. Because when she ignores you and you disappear without explanation, her brain starts filling the silence with questions, wondering why you didn't chase, why you didn't react, why you didn't care the way other men always do. And this curiosity is far more powerful than compliments or reassurance because it triggers the same mechanism that makes humans obsess over unfinished stories. And the man who understands this doesn't rush to be understood. He doesn't demand clarity. He doesn't send emotional paragraphs. Instead, he becomes still, grounded, focused on his life, his purpose, his routine. And this shift is felt instantly because women are extremely sensitive to emotional changes. And when your energy pulls away calmly, it signals strength, self-control, and abundance, traits that create attraction at a primal level. And here's the part most men miss. It's not the silence itself that makes her chase, it's the quality of the silence. Because silence rooted in bitterness repels, but silence rooted in self-respect attracts. And when you stop trying to convince someone to see your value, you force them to feel it instead. And this is why chasing never works, because chasing says, "You are above me," while withdrawal says, "I know my worth." And once she senses that you're no longer emotionally available on demand, her behavior changes. She checks your social presence. She rereads old messages. She tests the waters with small interactions, not because she suddenly cares more, but because her sense of control has been disrupted. And control is something the ego hates losing, especially when it was taken calmly, without drama, because drama validates her importance, while calm withdrawal questions it. And when she reaches out, the man who truly wins does not punish her, does not act cold, does not demand explanations. He simply remains composed, warm but not eager, present but not chasing. And this balance confuses and attracts at the same time, because she can't categorize him as needy or indifferent. And that ambiguity is intoxicating, because women chase what they don't fully understand but deeply feel. And this is why the most powerful move after being ignored is not a message, not a tactic, not a trick, but a decision. The decision to remove emotional access until it's earned again. Because attraction grows in space, not pressure. And when you stop trying to be chosen and start choosing yourself, she either rises to meet you or fades away. And either outcome is a win, because the goal was never to make her chase. The goal was to remain a man who never abandons himself for attention. And paradoxically, that is the man women chase the hardest. What separates the man who gets forgotten from the man who gets chased is not confidence spoken out loud, but confidence demonstrated in silence. Because when you are ignored and you respond by continuing your life without visible disruption, you communicate something words never could, that your sense of identity does not depend on her attention. And this is where the real shift begins, because most attraction dies the moment a woman feels emotionally responsible for a man's self-worth. And the man who removes that burden instantly becomes lighter, rarer, and more desirable in her mind, as she subconsciously reevaluates him through a new lens, wondering how someone she thought was predictable suddenly feels distant yet calm, familiar yet unavailable.
And this contradiction is what hooks emotion, because humans chase what feels valuable and uncertain, not what is constantly available. And when days pass without you trying to fix the silence, without you posting desperate signals or indirect messages, her imagination fills the gap, projecting strength where there is simply self-respect, mystery where there is simply discipline. And this projection is powerful because attraction is not built on reality but on perception, and perception is shaped by absence more than presence. And here is the uncomfortable truth most men avoid. If she ignored you and felt nothing when you pulled back, she was never meant to chase you in the first place. And realizing this is part of becoming the man who never begs for clarity. Because the move is not designed to force desire, it's designed to reveal it. And that is why it works, because it filters instead of convinces. And when a woman does feel that pull, she often returns subtly at first, a reaction, a casual message, a harmless question, testing whether your emotional door is still wide open. And this is the moment many men fail again, by over-rewarding her return with enthusiasm, explanations, or emotional dumping, when the correct response is relaxed presence, calm warmth, and controlled access, because attraction thrives when interest is met with stability rather than hunger. And the man she chases does not rush to reclaim what walked away. He allows connection to rebuild naturally, on equal footing. And this recalibration changes how she treats him long term, because people value what they had to re-earn. And the deeper reason this move works is rooted in polarity. Masculine energy expands through purpose and self-direction, not through emotional pursuit. And when you redirect your focus towards your body, your work, your mission, your standards, you become grounded. And grounded men feel safe yet exciting, predictable in values but unpredictable in availability. And this balance is rare, which is why it's chased. And over time, you realize the irony. The moment you stop trying to be unforgettable is the moment you become unforgettable, because you no longer seek validation, you offer presence, and presence is magnetic. And this is why women don't chase men who withdraw emotionally out of fear. They chase men who withdraw emotionally out of strength. Men who can walk away without resentment, without anger, without proving a point, because that level of emotional control signals leadership, maturity, and abundance. And once you embody this, being ignored no longer triggers panic, it triggers clarity. Because you understand that silence is not rejection, it is information. And you respond to information with action, not emotion. And that single internal shift changes every interaction that follows, because now you are no longer reacting to her behavior, you are leading your own. And whether she returns or not becomes secondary, because the true win was never making her chase, it was becoming the man who never chases validation.